What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is July the 2nd. I want to give you a pre-market update, go over some of the hump movers and where big money is gravitating towards today. Before I get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off today, the only thing to pay attention to is Powell, and that is in 44 minutes. So we'll just have to wait and see what does come from that. But no doubtably, there is going to be a lot of volatility. Futures right now are pulling back. So again, something to kind of consider. And despite it pulling back, you see the fear and greed index recovering. So 1 week ago it was at 39. Even yesterday I think it was kind of at the teetering point right here. So people's appetite for risk is increasing, and that is kind of resemblant based off of a lot of the stocks I'm going to be talking on. But without further ado, let's get right to it. SOFI is down pre-market. Even during the trading day yesterday, it just randomly started to sell off. So it went down 2.72% yesterday. There was this that came out first thing, them just announcing their Q2 earnings. Nothing crazy, nothing by any means. No SEC filing, so it's just been rather quiet from them. For the most part, they were quiet, just doing their own thing, just piggybacking off the broader market. And then this started to happen. And so as you can kind of see, just based on the timeline, it all started around here at 212 to 14-ish. And that is when large entities started to sell. So anything that does show a bid is essentially institutions or large transactions above $100,000 occurring sells. And so yeah, a lot of entities, or possibly just one, multiple different transactions, wanted to sell, even leading into power hour or market close. So I'm not really sure. There's been no forms to really match this, and there's nothing really out to really spook the broader market that I'm aware of. So it's just one of the weird world mysteries, or whatever you want to call it. And Ortex, I don't know. Ortex is just a very stupid website sometimes. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be loading. As I've said, I did anticipate shorts to be very, very active over this last little bit. Yesterday, they only increased to 21,000 shares. A lot of people are saying that this was shorts, but it was not. So kind of just make sure you guys do your own due diligence. But 18.55% of the free float is being shorted. Utilization 73.01. Short score, so the higher the number, the higher the likelihood of a squeeze happening, is a 75.34. If you're looking at trading it though, with it at $6.40, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So 628 will be that next strong support, and then 675, and that's aside from 650 for due to the options, is going to be the next strong resistance / targets. And I'm looking at the 1 day, so it is strong resistance and support points. Moving on, IFBD Co. ticker is IFBD, so it is up slightly, 6.42%. No official news, but there was a 6K form that was submitted after hours yesterday, and this one is kind of weird. So it looks like there's a transferee, so this IFBD, a company incorporated under the law of the Cayman Islands, it looks like it is being transferred to this company. And then it looks like, whereas Party A proposes to acquire and Party B proposes to sell 65% of the issued and outstanding equity of the target company owned by Party B. So yeah, I'm not really, again, for those individuals that have a financial interest in this, they might know a little bit more details, but it looks like there's some interesting agreement occurring that is somewhat beneficial to IFBD, but probably I think only at a was it 35% rate, if I understand that correctly. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. This company isn't heavily shorted. Actually, maybe I'll just skip Ortex covering them right now because their website is just blah. But 3.13%, or sorry, with it at $3.11 now. It is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So $2.90 is a strong support, and then $3.29 is the next strong resistance / target. Moving on, NVIDIA. So I think NVIDIA is just seen as what is happening in the market. So potentially fear is just now joining the roller coaster of the market. It's not really deviating all that much. You can kind of see that just based off of the charting just over this last 5 days. It's technically been underperforming, so this shows that there is more and more fear when it comes to NVIDIA, and I'm not going to try it, or maybe I will. So shorts have been starting to get back into NVIDIA a little bit more. So that is a little bit more of a telltale sign that things might be due for a pullback. I've brought this up in previous videos, but right now just watch for this pivot to kind of be flirted with. Yesterday and the last several trading days, in fact, it's been flirting with this pivot point of $123. With it right now at 122, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So once again, kind of showing a more of a breakdown, and this is a very strong pivot. So we'll just have to wait and see. A lot of people are starting to call for, I guess, the $100 range by the end of summer. So we'll just have to wait and see if that does come out. And same goes for Palantir. So I've done videos where both NVIDIA and Palantir are kind of in the same boat, if that makes sense. So there's just been, for the most part, a lot of FOMO causing it to go higher, and in both cases unjustifiably. In some arguments could be made in either direction, but no news, nothing to really cause it to go down 1%. It's not really being heavily shorted. Yes, I'm giving up with Vortex, but $25.61 right now. It is trading between these 2 points right now. So this R1 to this R2. So just watch for 25.60 to hold. So it's kind of flirting with that right now. And then 26.13 is going to be that next strong resistance slash target. And that did bounce off that general area. So yesterday, for the most part, it was kind of trading here, but it looks like again, Powell could change everything, but it does look like it does want to break down a little bit more and trade between this pivot and this R1. So we'll just have to wait and see what does come. And last but not least, CHWY. So a lot of people are talking about CHWY because of this right here. So good old Roaring Kitty even says that he is not a cat. I didn't think that you can adjust these forms right here, but yeah, he did get in 9 million shares. And I don't know, a lot of people seem to be very valuing of what he does invest in, but it seems like as of late, I don't know, it might just be me, but it looks like he's doing a little bit more damage than good, because just that being announced caused it to go down 6.61%. So I'm not really sure. You can see right here, there was a Form 4 as well submitted on June the 28th, and this entity did sell out, converted all of the Class B, 2 different tranches, it looks like 17.5 million and then 5.3 million, and then straight up sold. So it was just a transaction for selling, not for tax purposes, nothing like random. It was just they wanted to get the hell out. Once again, I've never really paid attention to this company whatsoever, so there might be some additional context. Maybe this was planned, but still, I don't know. It's anything Roaring Kitty touches seems to be interesting, very, very interesting. So based on this though, it's not even heavily shorted. I'm not going to show Vortex because it's only around 14%. Oh no, okay, 14.82% of the free float is being shorted. Utilization 13.1. So even going back to SOFI, if it'll work, yeah, SOFI is more heavily shorted than, for instance, a lot of the stocks that Roaring Kitty invests in. I think GameStop is only at 10% right now, give or take, and then CHWY is at 14. So I don't know. I don't really know why he invests in the stocks he does for squeeze plays, but we'll just have to wait and see. With it at 25.31, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So 22.47 is going to be a strong support, and then 29.24 is going to be that next strong resistance slash target. But when it comes to momentum plays, take all of this with a grain of salt. So let me know your thoughts. Which stocks are you looking at today? What stocks are you selling, buying? And what do you think is going to come from Powell? One final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Take advantage of that. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.